and welcome back to the Real Jack Army. Hello, welcome. If you are new, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. In today's video we're going to hear from a few people with their 2023-24 previews from Hull City, Reading of League One, a Tottenham supporter from a Premier League preview point of view, as well as a fellow Swansea City YouTuber. So then I'm gonna join in. So hello, my name is Darren, otherwise known as the Real Jack Army. I've been a Swansea City fan all my life. My expectations for the season is the playoffs because I feel really confident in the season. We signed some top young quality players in Carl Rushworth, the goalkeeper, Kurvicevic, the striker who spent last season on loan at Hibernian. Despite him having a few injuries, he did manage 5 goals in 20 odd appearances, if I can remember correctly. That video on Kurvicevic is now available in my YouTube channel, where we had two Hibernian people give their thoughts and their own personal preview into Kurvicevic. We've also signed yesterday the worst kept secret in football, Harrison Ashby, on loan from Newcastle. That video is out Monday as a Newcastle fan gives his thoughts ahead of Ashby's signing. So like I said, my expectation for the season is the playoffs, because we've kept Joe Piero, who was phenomenal again last season, and if rumours are believed, then he's going to sign an extended contract with him. My best summer signing has to be Carl Rushworth. Like I said, he spent last season on loan at Lincoln City. He's on loan again now from Brighton, so hopefully he can have a good season. Of course, my top goal scorer this year, I'm going to go with Joe Piero again. I'm going to say he's going to get 22 goals. A final league position, we're going to go 6th. The team that I think is going to get promoted is Leicester, because obviously they've managed to keep Jamie Vardy. So he probably, despite him having a bad season last season in the Premier League, I reckon he's going to do a Mitrovic and absolutely destroy Championship defences. As well as Southampton and Borough. Obviously this video's going out late, so Southampton did win last night 2-1 against newly Sheffield Wednesday, so they're going to go up with Middlesbrough. Relegated, I'm sorry to say, any Ipswich, Rotherham or Plymouth fan watching the video, I'm sorry, but I don't think the Championship is quite for you. So yeah, I'm going to hand you over now to Hull City supporter, as well as a Swansea City supporter and a few others, a Blackburn supporter, Reading, one from the Premier League, Tottenham. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos. And like I said, the Newcastle video on Harrison Ashby is out on Monday. So thank you, and I'm going to leave you to it now and enjoy.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel from the To Hull and Back podcast, support Hull City obviously. Been supporting them since 2012, since Euro 2012, when I really got into football. My expectations for Hull City this season, perhaps not as high as I've seen some people already who don't support Hull could be. I think maybe top 10 finish would be quite solid. Obviously this season we're going to have Liam Rosenior for hopefully an entire year, unless he gets sacked, but I think he's going to do a very good job with us this season. Best summer signing, I think at the moment it'd probably be Ruben Vinagre, the Portuguese left back who we got from Sporting Lisbon. That's a loan signing, but he's already won the Championship with Wolves before, a few years ago, so if he can get back to that sort of form, and the sort of form that meant he was in the Premier League, if it was only for 3 substitute appearances last season with Everton, then that left back signing could be very good indeed. Who I think could be the club's top goal scorer. I think it's probably very similar to who was the top scorer last year. That was the Colombian striker Oscar Estepinian with 13 goals. If we keep him past the summer transfer window, I think he's probably going to be better than last year. He's had a year to get used to not only the system but the whole league and the country as well. And he's a good poacher. He'll get goals in any team. But hopefully this team's going to be more creative and more cohesive with Rosenior coming in last year and giving us a better defensive platform to to attack with. So I think Oscar could get maybe 15 or more goals, but probably not 20. I don't know whether his hold-up play is good enough, and we will have about 3 or 4 strikers, so maybe we'll have a bit of competition. Final league position, as I said, 10th, something like 10th would be pretty solid. Maybe I'll go 9th. I think having a push at the playoffs, and with the money we're spending and have spent last year, top 10 is definitely the lowest we should really be. But I'll go something like 9th or 10th. Let's say 9th and be optimistic. Which clubs are going to get promoted from the Championship? I think Middlesbrough. I look at them similar to Brighton and Brentford in the last few years. They're going to get promoted eventually if they keep coming so close. And then I think Southampton have a very good young squad. I think they've still got Ward-Prowse, so I think they will get promoted. And then I think Leicester, they've still got a lot of quality. They've made some decent signings, so perhaps I'll go Leicester. 2 teams being relegated from the Premier League straight back up is very boring, but that's how it is nowadays. Now, which clubs are getting relegated? I don't know who Plymouth have signed, but perhaps they're not going to have as many Championship quality players. So perhaps I'll go Plymouth, and then perhaps Rotherham. They've lost their best player, Ogbene, to Luton, so I think Rotherham could be going down after doing well to stay up last year. And then finally, Birmingham. Birmingham are always 20th or 19th, something like that. Surely at some point they're going to get relegated, so I'm going to go Birmingham City to get relegated as well. Hopefully Hull won't be. We should be at the, much further up the table. So we'll just see how that goes.
Hi there, I'm John, a Hull City supporter. I first went to my first game in November 1957, so a long time ago, so I've been a fan for many years. Expectation for this season, I'm optimistic that we can get close to the playoffs, though I think probably we will finish around 9th position finally. Our best summer signing, I would think, would be Ruben Vigoury, who we took from Everton. He didn't have the best of times there, but I think in the Championship he will prove to be a very good player. Who will be our top scorer? I've been impressed with Rory Delap since we've taken him on loan from Man City this season, and I think he will probably be our top scorer. Number of goals, probably 12. But we'll just have to wait and see. As I said before, our final league position, I would think probably about 9. Clubs to get promoted, I think Leicester, Middlesbrough and Southampton will be the 3 to go up, and to go down, Rotherham, Cardiff and Ipswich. I wish you guys at Swansea the best for the season, and hope you, like us, will have a good one.
Hello, the Real Jack Army. I'm John Parslow, a Watford fan since 1977, so a big 46 years under my belt. Looking at our expectations for the season, well, this is a big reset. We've sold Sarr to Marseille, João Pedro, who's our best player and will be brilliant for Brighton, to Brighton. So I think my main expectation this season and hope is actually we just keep a manager for the season. So good luck for Lowen Ismail, you'll need it. Best summer signing so far? Well, we've only made 3. It's Reece Healey, Jake Livermore and Tom Ince, with 20 outgoing, so lots more business to do. So I don't think we've made our best summer signing yet. That's yet to come. Watch this space. Looking at the club's top goal scorer, I think that's linked to what I've just said now. We'll have some players to come in. It will be a new striker that we'll need. But Healey, who we have signed, looks interesting, coming in from France. has had some ACL injuries, but is clearly a talented goal scorer. So he may well sneak into that position. Where will we finish though? If you ask 24 Watford fans, you'll get 24 answers, from first down to 24th. Realistically, I'm hoping for mid-table and above and sneaking into the playoffs. Promotion clubs for me, this is a tough season. This is going to be the toughest season in a long time. But I really fancy Southampton. I think they're underestimated. Leicester is a sensible choice. And I've got a cheeky bet on Ipswich as I really like their coach. And it's the same with who's going to get relegated. It seriously could be anyone. I'm only going on gut feel here, which is Huddersfield, QPR and Plymouth with no real insight. But let's see how it goes. As long as it's not us, I'll be happy. Good luck for the season. Take care.
Hi, I'm Duncan McCready from the W12 podcast, and I am a QPR fan, and I have been for the past 30 plus years. Had some highs, had some lows in that time. I'm a bit worried this season could be a low. My expectations for this season are... I don't know where to start. I mean, we've got Gareth Ainsworth in, ex-player, managed to keep us up at the end of last season. But, I mean, we shouldn't have been in that situation with the start we had. So I don't know how much it was him keeping us up or how much the start of the season kept us up, the results we had then. So, I mean, my expectations are it's going to be a long, hard season for us. But I'm hoping we can kind of avoid relegation. I think that's the aim this season for us. Best summer signing. I mean, we lost Seny Dieng to Borough, so replacing him was always going to be a big ask. And actually getting Begovic in on a free transfer, he's experienced. He will bring leadership to the back line, which I think we've been lacking a little bit. So I think he has been a massive signing for us. I'm also looking forward to seeing what Jack Colback can bring to the team, because again, another experienced head in a position where we lacked leaders recently. So I think those two would be my signings of the season so far. But with the latest injury worries, I'm hoping we sign some centre-backs in the next week. Otherwise, we're going to really struggle in August. The club's top goal scorer, I'm expecting it to be Lyndon Dykes. Gareth Ainsworth's spoken numerous times about kind of him being the focal point of our attack and kind of building the team and the style of play around getting him the ball in the box. So, I mean, we need him to score 15 plus goals this season to try and keep us in the division. So I feel like he will be our top goal scorer. I'm hoping he can get that figure. But who knows? I'm a bit worried for the season, to be honest. Final league position, I will snap anyone's hand off for 21st at the minute. I'm really concerned how it's going to be. Yeah, so staying up, don't care how we stay up, how we do it, just staying up is the goal this season. And the clubs that I think are going to get promoted this year are, you can't really look past the Premier League teams that have come down, really. I think Saints and Leicester will both definitely be up there or thereabouts. And I think the other team, I reckon, who could be pushing them to be up and around the top end of the table and or possibly winning the via playoffs will be Borough. I think they seem to have strengthened again. I think Michael Carrick was good for them last season, and I think they're going to go from strength to strength this season. The clubs that I'm thinking are going to get relegated, I mean, I've had to keep us out of this. So I've gone for Sheffield Wednesday, Rotherham and Huddersfield. I mean, I'm not saying they're better than we are at the minute, but I've had to pick three teams I think will be in and around our level for the season, and I'm hoping we can get above those three, or any three, and stay in the division. Cheers, guys.
Right, hello, and thanks once again for having me on the channel. By now, as you may or may not know, obviously I'm Jake from the Pure SCFC Vlogs channel. Yeah, so I've been asked to do a little season review, preview, ahead of the season. But yeah, let's get straight into it then. So, first question is, how long have I supported the Swans? Well, my first game was 13 years ago, but I've been going, regularly for about 5 or 6 seasons now. What are your expectations for the season? Well, very high at the moment. I think we might actually get the playoffs. I say this every year, but I'm very optimistic this year. I just think with the signings we've made, it's been excellent. best summer signing then. So I think it's Jerry Yates. Obviously we've made 5 so far, all great signings, but I think, you know, Jerry Yates alongside Perot up front will be lethal. Who do you think will be the club's top scorer? I think it'll be Perot again. I think he'll hit the 25 goal mark this season. Final league position. Well, I'm going to say 5th because that's what I said in my prediction video, so I'm going to stick with that. Which clubs are getting promoted and which clubs are getting relegated then? So I think the relegated teams will be Rotherham, QPR and Sheffield Wednesday, and I think to go up it'll be Leicester win the league, Middlesbrough 2nd, and then Leeds via the playoffs. But yeah, cheers.
Hi guys, I've been asked to do a preview of Reading's season 4 League 1. My name's Charlie. I've been a Reading fan for 33 years now. My expectations for the season ahead is stability and getting a new owner. We need to get Dye out. He clearly can't afford to run a football club, so the honesty is we need him out, and that's the hopes for the season, because we can't look at promotion, playoffs, anything like that until we've got a stability in our team, and at the moment we don't have that. We are far from having anything like that. He's asked, so what's our, the signing of the summer? Obviously ours have been very limited, but I think Harvey Knibbs coming in is probably one of our better ones. If he actually gets to play, we're not sure yet what's going on with signed or unsigned players, so we'll have to see what happens with that. He's asked about the top goal scorer. I think, to be fair, that could be a number of players. I'm going to go with Andy Carroll to get maybe 5 to 10 goals. Smith could get more, but again, we don't know how long he's going to be out if he's injured. We're hearing rumours that he is, so we're not sure how long he'll be out for. So we'll just time will tell on that one. Where do I think we're going to finish? Well, to be honest, somewhere sort of probably between 9th and 14th. I've gone with around 12th place because we've just got to stabilise as best we can this season. My teams to go up and down, the 3 teams that I've got are Bolton, Portsmouth and Charlton, and the 3 I've got going down are Stevenage, Cheltenham and Cambridge. So we'll see how right they are going forward. So all the best again to Swansea for the new season and to everyone else.
My name is Martin Sanders, Football Martin _. I'm a Southampton fan, and I've been a Southampton fan for over 30 years. I'm 41, and I first went to watch Southampton when I was 9 years old. Best signing so far, we've only had 2 signings come into our football club, that being Ryan Manning and Shay Charles. I'm going with Ryan Manning. He was one of the best left-backs in the division last year in the Sky Bet Championship. So I expect him to be, he's our best signing by a long way at the moment. Top goal scorer, I'm hoping that will be Adam Armstrong. He was outstanding for Blackburn last time round in the Championship. He's been with Southampton for 2 seasons. Lost a bit of confidence, but I think he will be the top goal scorer at Southampton. League position, I believe we are aiming for the top 5. I believe we will finish 3rd. I think Leicester will win it. And I also believe Middlesbrough probably finish 2nd as well. But I think we'll go up via the playoffs. So, yeah, hopeful that we can. Relegated teams, real tough one. I'm going to go with Sheffield Wednesday, Huddersfield and Hull.
My name is Angela and I'm a Blackpool season ticket holder. As many of you know, Blackpool got relegated last season from the Championship into League One. I'm going to do a quick review of how I think we'll get on in League One. I'm hoping we will be promoted, go straight back up. I personally don't think it'll be automatic. I am going to go for the playoffs. I'm not sure exactly where in the playoffs we'll finish, but I think we will be promoted. But we do well in the playoffs. We seem to enjoy that. So, yeah, a trip to Wembley, back up into the Championship. Our best summer signing, we actually haven't had many signings this season. So the only one I'm going to go for is Matthew Pennington. Just basically because we haven't signed many people. Top goal scorer, as many of you will know, is that Jerry Yates was taken from us in the summer by Swansea. So we are left with Shane Lavery. So I'm just going to go with Shane Lavery as our top goal scorer. Final league position, playoffs. I don't know where, but we'll be in the playoffs. The clubs I think that will be promoted this season from League One, I think will be Blackpool, Reading and Peterborough. And clubs to be relegated, I'm going to go for Cambridge, Leyton Orient, Stevenage and Carlisle United. Although I'd love to see Fleetwood down there as well. And that is my season's review for Blackpool.
Hi everyone watching the Real Jack Army. I'm Sam. I'm 17. I'm a lifelong Preston North End fan, and I've been watching Preston since the age of 3. I now travel to every season ticket holder who goes to every home game and tries to tick off as many of the 92 as I can when Preston play them. I'm currently on around 27. I also have I'm also on TikTok and YouTube, P&E Home and Away. So feel free to give me a follow or subscribe on that, and I try to bring all the latest P&E content. My expectations for our season is that it's going to be a very tough championship. And I think we are going to struggle like many teams, and I think the championship will spring some surprises as it always does. I think some teams won't do as well as many expect, some teams will do better. Despite what people say, I think Preston are still capable, despite the championship being tough, of competing in the top half of the table. If we get it right, I think Ryan Lowe hopefully learnt a lot of lessons last season, and that will help us in the long term if we can start knocking some points, taking some points from when we play the big teams. Then that will definitely bring us some success. I think for my favourite signing so far this season, I'd say it's between Jensen and Holmes, because I feel like they're going to bring a new spark of creativity to the side, create lots of chances, get lots of assists, and obviously, as seen in pre-season in the Aberdeen fixture, Jensen has got the ability to hit them from 20-30 yards out and smash them in the top corner or bottom, depending on where he wants to place it. So I think they're crucial for our attacking brand. I think our club top goal scorer will be between Will Keane and Jensen. I feel like they're both capable of getting in double figures. It might take Jensen time to hit the ground running. He might be one for next season, but I feel like Will Keane's definitely got goals in his locker. And if we were to secure the loan signing of Tom Cannon, I'd probably say him, because if he goes off the way he was going last season, he's probably projected to get 20 goals. But at the moment, based on the current players, I'd probably say Will Keane. And that's just because obviously Ched and Reece are going to miss the start of the season, and then it might take them some time to get back running. I think Preston will finish somewhere in the region of 10th to 15th place. I'd probably say 13th to 14th. But this season is a big season for us to develop players and become a real threat, because we have lots of players with lots of potential. And if we can get them all firing and working together, then hopefully we can be back to the Alex Neil times of competing in the top 10, trying to nick a playoff spot. The 3 teams I can see going up are Middlesbrough, Leeds and Southampton. I feel like Southampton in particular, when I watched them against Sheffield Wednesday last night, are a cut above the rest and have that additional quality. Even if they do lose players such as Lavia, I still feel like they do have the potential to walk the league. And as the Jack Army, a lot may know, Russell Martin, obviously, very clever manager in what he does. He knows what he's doing, just like many managers in the Championship now who have been around for seasons and are very well experienced. The 3 teams I see going down are Cardiff, QPR and Rotherham. I don't think Rotherham's squad is good enough to compete with the rest of the league anymore, and I think they'll struggle to find the required points from what is going to be one of the toughest Championship seasons in years. I like Gareth Ainsworth as QPR manager because he's, you know, a former Preston player. However, I just don't, unless he can show something different from what he showed at the back end of last season, which he might be able to do. He's got some good additions, but at the moment, and obviously getting beat 5-0 by Oxford in pre-season, with a week to go until the season, it doesn't look good. And then Cardiff, Swansea fans will like me for saying this, but yeah, they don't strike me in a good position at the moment. Best of luck to all the teams in the Championship for the first game of the season and all of the season, and I look forward to seeing different teams come to Deepdale and hopefully return home with 0 points.
Hello everyone, obviously Michael Bowers, Sunderland fan. Yeah, new season is upon us. And yeah, I think obviously the expectations at Sunderland are certainly a bit higher than last year, safe to say, and I think for me that's perfectly reasonable, because even though last year we had a fantastic season getting to the playoffs when we didn't expect to, I think this season, with the exception of Ahmad going, which I admit is a loss, our squad is more or less the same as of the time of recording at the first game of the season, because we haven't lost anybody yet. There's a key difference there, though. We could still lose players. But if we don't, and we get a bit better luck with injuries, I think for me our squad's good enough for the top 6. So that's what I expect. I expect to be in the top 6 again. I've seen a few people tip us for top 2, which I think is a big stretch considering the team's coming down. But yeah, I'd take playoffs again and slap your hand off for them if you offer to be it right now. And then obviously from there it's a lottery. Hopefully if we go there with our fully fit squad, we have every chance of getting promoted by the playoffs.